Imagine yourself being trapped in a mysterious, unknown room where unusual and strange things are happening all around you, with absolutely no known way out. This is the core premise of our engaging story today. At the very beginning of the story, we observe a spacious, immaculate white room in which a Japanese man was lying peacefully on the floor. When he suddenly opened his eyes, seeing himself in this large, empty room, he became a bit frightened. After a while, he started looking around. Then he went near a wall and saw that something was protruding from it. After some investigation, when he pressed the end of that strange object, he saw that thousands of baby angels began to emerge from the walls. But shortly after, they all went back into the walls, leaving only a small part of their bodies outside. Did the man realize what this strangely appearing thing actually was? A voice tells us that this phase of life is called learning. After understanding the truth about that button, the man started fidgeting his finger. He made a lot of noise, asking for help if anyone nearby was around. But when he received no response, he started pressing different buttons one after another. With each button, new things started falling into the room. Sometimes a toothbrush would come out, sometimes a large bouquet. He calculated that pressing a specific button would produce one specific thing. He experimented with his hypothesis by continuously pressing the identical button, which resulted in the accumulation of a large pile of chopsticks. But upon pressing the subsequent button, a shopping cart appeared instead. He quickly emerged and accidentally struck his foot with great force, resulting in him letting out a loud, piercing howl of pain. When he pressed the next button, it unexpectedly transformed into a child's diaper that promptly slapped him across the face, after which he recoiled in surprise and confusion. By pressing different buttons, he collected lots of stuff. When he was playing with the ball, he went and pressed a button, resulting in the appearance of a delicious Japanese dish called sushi. He was happy because he was really very hungry. He thought that if soy sauce could also be added along with the sushi, it would be enjoyable. But after pressing the button repeatedly, only sushi came out each time. So he started eating whatever he could quietly get. After finishing the food, when he pressed the button again to order more, this time a bottle of soy sauce appeared in front of him. In anger, he threw the bottle away, saying it didn't come when needed. Upon pressing the next button, he received 3D glasses. Wearing the glasses, he saw a baby angel pointing towards his button. Seeing this, he became very happy because he felt that he had solved the mystery of the room. But upon pressing the button, a countdown started, after which a very large diaper came out from the wall and slapped him on the face. After pressing a few more buttons, he got a book which he found quite entertaining. In a few hours, he had read 5 pages. But when he pressed the button intended to read the 6th book, the 7th book unexpectedly came out. Feeling frustrated, he decided to press another button. But even from that, the 8th and 9th books came out. In the mess of the books, he pressed another button. Then he saw a door behind him. Seeing it made him very happy that finally he could go outside. But in his excitement, he forgot which button was which. So he started pressing any button. When he pressed the first button, an African man ran from one wall to the other. From the second one, water started falling on his head. But finally, on the third try, the door opened. But as soon as he released the button and started moving towards the door closed after trying for a while. After that, he realized that the door would stay open as long as the button was pressed. He took a running position and stood by the button to reach the door quickly. But before he could get there, the door closed. After that, he tried many bizarre methods. But none of his attempts were successful. He even went to the extent of sitting on a shopping cart to reach the door more quickly. But it was all in vain. After that, he thought of placing a bouquet on the button, but it wasn't heavy enough to keep it pressed. So now he had to burn the bouquet. He tried pressing the water button and pouring water into it, but the water wouldn't fall anywhere except on his body. Then, after thinking hard, he filled the bouquet with sushi. He brought it there with great difficulty, but he accidentally pressed another button on the bouquet. After that, an African man came running and collided with him, causing the bouquet to break as well. He began shouting in anger and frustration. He made some more minor adjustments, but the door would shut before he could reach it each time. Then, by mistake, when he pressed a button, a rope came down. He meticulously calculated that by pulling the thick rope with determined effort, he could quickly and safely reach the door. And he did so successfully, but when he tried to open the door situated firmly behind the wall, he realized that a key was needed to open it. He returned to the room before the wall shut. When he slammed the wall in anger, a key started floating in the air. But like the door, this key also disappeared shortly after releasing the button. Now he needed to swiftly find a way to take the key and reach the door. But when he pressed the key button again, a dog emerged from the wall and started barking loudly at him. He became confused again because all the buttons looked the same. After that, he found the right button and placed a piece of sushi on it. After failing once or twice, he finally managed to take the key and reach the door. But the trouble wasn't over yet. There was also a number lock above the door. He went quickly towards the room, but as he was leaving, the wall forcefully came out again towards his back. In frustration, he threw the plunger to the other side, and when it hit a button, that African man came out again. But this time he noticed that the African man's head had the number 3 written on it, and perhaps he would unlock the lock with that number, since the wall kept shutting repeatedly. So he unlocked the lock in 3 tries. The door was feeling a bit jammed, so he had to put in a little extra effort. Meanwhile, the wall came back down. There wasn't enough space for him to fully open the door. He became frustrated and sat there crying. He was remembering the time inside the room. He realized how much he had in the room. Yes, he couldn't go outside, but he hadn't appreciated the things he had in time. Suddenly, he felt a strong gust of cold wind blowing unexpectedly from his side. He quickly opened the fake wall and ran outside. The entire place was exactly the same. It felt like I was running in the same spot. While running, I reached another room where the lighting was a bit dimmer. As soon as we entered, the door closed. A voice tells us that this stage of life is called practice. In the room, that spirit began pressing different buttons. Pressing one button caused flames to emerge from the mouth of a singer, while another button caused the magic of a Russian wizard to fail. Pressing the third button made a man in China start barking at his own dogs. That man noticed that, unlike the previous room, this room did not have a ceiling. Instead, light was coming from above with angels flying in it. This time, a very different idea came to his mind. Instead of pressing the buttons, he started grabbing them and climbing upwards. He succeeded, and with each button press, in different corners of the world, amazing things started happening. Flowers bloomed somewhere while an elephant slipped somewhere else. As he kept climbing, some places began to turn to toast, and humans reached the moon. By the time he reached the top, his beard and hair had grown very long. Now he didn't need to hold onto the wall. Like the other angels, he was flying through the air. A voice tells us that he now holds the status of God, and now the whole world will operate according to him. Eventually, white wings began to fly around him, which took him to the final room. On the wall of this room, the map of the entire earth was painted. And there was also the biggest button so far present. He moved forward to press it, and the screen turned black. So if you could become God for a day and change anything on this earth, what would you do? Make sure to let us know in the comments with this power.